Ladies and gentlemen, it's the podcast you've all been waiting for. One of the biggest weeks in sports. I am the Hurricane, and the NFL playoffs are a week away. And the college football national championship versus Alabama and Georgia takes place tonight in a house that Peyton Manning built. One of the most iconic SEC players. I think it's very ironic.
Wow.
They'll be playing in Indianapolis tonight. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about, man. But can we just decompress from what was an unbelievable last week in the National Football League, man? Oh, my God.
That's a good word to use, decompress.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
Before we get into that, Greg wants to say happy birthday, and I also want to say happy birthday while we're on air.
Absolutely.
Greg,
So,
we got your seat
51.
right here, brother. We got you.
Yeah, we need a smooth sighting.
Now, speaking of birthdays,
Yep.
right? We had a nice conversation about it off here. You know,
Yeah.
I had some amazing birthday parties. My mother threw me a Sweet 16 birthday party, surprised the shit out of me. That was great at my old house on Stanford Street. My 21st birthday was fucking bananas at Lizzie's in a disco, dude. Was fucking bananas. I mean, how we behaved, I don't even understand. Like, people who did it, everybody knew us. But people were like, we had that whole, like the VIP there, the DJ, man, and people were like, we just clear. It was fucking madness.
That's the way it's supposed to be at that age, though. Yeah.
But is there anything, you know, to reason to celebrate a birthday at 51? It's like the Bataan Death March to death, Birdie. It's like, once we're over the fucking cliff of the mountain, like, I mean, with all due respect to everybody, and I love the love. Believe me, I love it. I thank you, right? I didn't tell anybody it was my birthday.
Smart man.
I didn't that. And I don't know once you get past 50 if it's a day of celebration anymore.
It isn't. It isn't.
I think it's like it's a day of fucking infamy. Maybe it's a miracle that I'm alive still. Maybe that's, you know, maybe I should take some solace in that.
Yeah, you should. We both should.
Yeah, we both should.
Growing up the way we did, coming from where we came
Oh,
from.
my God. Oh, my God. But, so, know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to hang with my homeboy Birdie, my main man Riley, the BadCatz team, okay? We're going to watch Alabama in Georgia.
Roll, Tide, roll.
We're going to gamble our ass off, okay? And we're going to go to Highland Pizza. We made that decision, okay? And we're going to eat. That's what we're going to do, so.
That's the plan.
Yeah. But last night, shout out to my man Danny, Susan, and Claudio. They're both pissed that I didn't tell them it was my birthday, but we had a great time last night watching an unbelievable football game on the West Coast. So let's start this stuff off. It is the BadCatz Sports Podcast. And Birdie, what's happening, man? What's going on with you?
Nah, it was a wild Sunday yesterday. What did we do earlier in the week? Oh, Saturday. We did a little safari trying to get some furniture.
Oh, yeah. That worked out fucking great, didn't it? I got no fucking luck, dude.
Well, you live.
Birdie's looking at me like, why is this such an important? I got Lisa messaging at 7 o'clock in the morning, blah, blah, blah. But there's this fucking great discount furniture place with quality stuff on County Street. You would never know it's there. But it's a Cotty's, I think, or a Jordan's discount center. Most of the money goes to the St. Vincent's charity, right?
Yep, correct.
But it's only open for like 5-6 hours a week.
And I didn't know that. I thought they were open during the week and didn't realize they're only open on Saturday. So,
you know, and you were there when we first scored with some of the furniture. And you know, I mean, I paid $250 for that couch, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's crazy.
You go back to the well.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, listen, you know, I want to put some, you know, we're doing a little remake of this place, and I want to make some moves, and it's time to, you know.
You call them up this week and see if they're going to be open this Saturday and go back Saturday, I guess.
I don't know what happened. I mean, is it COVID or whatever?
But
they were not open.
Well, neither was.
But listen to me. For my people out there listening to me, you will not get a better deal. I sold furniture on my way home from L.A., okay? After the movie company I was working for got raided by the feds. The financial end of it did. I was working hard. You know what I mean? But Birdie knows all about that too. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother crime podcast. But however, okay, so I liquidated furniture stores to make some money to come back home, right? So I know a little bit about furniture. Okay, I understand the mock-up. I understand the makes and the models. I understand what works and what doesn't. And you will not get a better deal within 100 miles of that little store on County Street in Fall River. And it's in a terrible area, okay? There is absolutely no parking, okay? And you wouldn't even know. It looks like a little storefront. You would not even know the quality of shit they got in there.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah. I mean, you want to save a buck and still... And I'm not talking about furniture that's for a man cave. You can put some of this furniture in your living room.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's
saw.
that nice,
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
But you know me and Birdie. You know what I mean? If it was raining $50 bills, I'd get bludgeoned with pennies. If it was raining $50 bills, I'd get fucking.
You live to fight another day. We'll give it another shot this week. That's all.
Your boy Rowdy Riley, right?
My man
comes in today like a man on fire.
He had some hop. He had some hop in his step.
Hop in his step, making money. It's like I'm losing sleep over this fucking kid gambling, right?
Well, not when you're winning. As long as you're winning, everything's good.
Yeah.
It's when you hit that rough stretch when you
Birdie, cut the bullshit. We introduced him to the fucking Devils.
No. But he hasn't started losing.
No,
yet.
not even.
So
close.
he hasn't
Not even close.
Yeah, he's been winning
not
3
even
out of
close.
4 weeks.
Yeah, not even close.
You know the key to gambling is when you take that bad beat. And then you're aggravated, and then you try to
that's what you don't
chase.
You
But
don't.
he's not. He hasn't had that yet.
Nah,
so.
I'm not even nowhere near down at all. It's like I'm up a good amount. Like it's not even close. It's things that I
knock on wood.
Yep.
But isn't that the good thing about the casino? As much as that place, I hate the fucking place, right? Because
I hate that operation.
That operation.
Yeah.
But isn't that the good thing about the casino where? To chase, you have to show up with the cash.
Yeah.
With the bookie on the phone.
Yeah.
You don't gotta.
That's why I tell my friends. That's
That's more dangerous.
like we're not 21, so we can't do it online. But that's a good thing is that we can't do it online. That's why I'll never do it online because it's so easy. I can just pull out my phone while you guys are talking. Just be like, all right, I'm gonna take blah 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 blah. Because the casino, I'll be like, oh my god, I don't got that much gas. Blah blah blah. Like I don't want to drive all the way over there. I'm annoyed. Like I don't want to go in there. Tell them, oh, you got to put a mask on. Wait in this long line while these 2 people are betting $1 each for $100. It's so annoying. I'm like, all right, I'm not dealing with it today, and it stays me away from it. So
how annoying! I was in line the other day. 7 10-team parlays, and this is the crazy thing.
$2 each?
No, $4 each. I'm like, I want to give this motherfucker another $6 so we can bump it up to fucking 5. What the fuck is going on, Birdie?
It isn't whatever they're doing in there. It's the fact that they're going to take up all your time waiting in line because the place is so not operational friendly that I don't know.
So when me and Mike we went, there was so many corners not operated. Just throw another machine right there for the sports betting. Right?
Have you ever seen it? I told Birdie, how empty was the casino that night we went?
Yeah, it was
empty.
Yeah, and
on a Monday night,
and we still waited in line. Remember those 2 guys?
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
I told Birdie we almost got to a fish.
Yeah, so we were waiting in line. The dude cuts me. He's like, "Oh, I'm with him," and then he tries to put more money in the machine.
And what I tell him?
Yeah, like nice. Get the back of the line.
No.
Get back in line.
I said we let you do this for enough. But I heard your mother knows you gambling. How does she know now?
No, I told her. I was like, "Oh, I'm going with my friend." But it's like it's no big deal. I'm not over there throwing like I tried telling like the people in front of us. Remember that dude?
Yeah.
Cavaliers money line, Bulls money line, and then Lakers money line for 1,000. Like on a parlay.
He was behind the dude with the one arm.
Oh,
that's your boy.
Yeah, Felix. Yeah.
Yeah. He was throwing huge money. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Felix is a big player. Felix doesn't bet small money.
No, I know.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I like Felix, good kid.
Yeah,
I like Felix.
I met a lot of good, interesting people.
A lot of good guys
in those lines, you know?
Certainly do. A lot of interesting characters in there.
Absolutely. Well, the last week of the NFL was amazing. We're going to get into that. Okay, but before we get wrapped up on all that, there's another big football game tonight, folks. Yep. They say there's the AFC, the NFC, and the SEC. And this is a battle of the SEC. And the underlying theme of tonight's game is, can Georgia get to the top of the mountain?
Get the monkey off their back.
Can they get to the top of the mountain? And in the spirit of the SEC in Atlanta, Georgia, and Alabama, where Ric Flair and wrestling are king, okay? There's a saying, to be the man, you gotta beat the man.
I like that.
Woo! Yeah. Can Georgia get it done tonight?
No,
the answer is no.
I'm with you on this one.
The answer is no. I like their quarterback. I think Georgia will play better. But experience has to count for something in a game like this, Birdie, right?
And psychological factor.
Yeah.
So, little trivia, since we don't have trivia for today. I just looked this up. When was the last time Georgia beat Alabama?
It's like 11 games ago or something like that.
Well, they're 0-7, so
In a regular season?
Just last time they beat them.
probably about. It's got to be set at least 5-6 years ago then, because they've lost
Let's see,
7
who's going
straight.
first?
I think it's 11 or 12 games. I'm going to say.
So what year? What year? Give me
All
a year.
right, 2012.
Okay, Birdie?
They've lost 7. Kirby Smart's 0-7 against Saban, so that's including bowl games. That would be around.
But they don't play every year in conference. They're on different sides of that.
No, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's a good
So they
point.
play every other year.
I'm gonna
2012. I'm out of money,
I'm
huh?
going to say 2014.
2007.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how many games is that?
I don't know, but it just said 2007 was the last time that Georgia beat Alabama.
Hey, you know them Georgia football fans got to be pissed off because they are passionate.
Well, this is going back to Herschel Walker if they win the national championship, I believe, right? Wasn't that the last time they, 1982 maybe, when Georgia won?
I don't know. But
Anyway,
I don't think it's going to be tonight.
It should be a good game. I mean, it's at what, -2.5 for Georgia?
But how do the odds makers?
I don't know that one. I don't
After
understand.
Alabama blows them out in the SEC, how do they make Georgia a 3-point favorite? What is the rhythm and the rhyme for this?
they want to, like I said earlier, they want to put a line out that's going to attract equal amounts of money on both sides. And based on this line not moving, you probably have equal amounts of money on both sides because this line hasn't moved since it came out. It went to 3
But
briefly.
wouldn't the sharp players go to Alabama? Birdie, how many times you talk about the trends? How many times you talk about the coaching?
Yeah, no,
and
I
the
agree.
culture?
I agree. Everything
Doesn't
that all
of these
favors
signs-
Alabama.
Yeah.
But you're always going to go back by what your eyes see in the last game. And what everybody saw Georgia just do to Michigan is fresh on their mind. Where they should go back to the SEC championship game is what they should be looking at. But
Let me tell you something. With all due respect to Michigan, and I loved them, and I wrote them all year, and they had a great year. Michigan plays at 55. Alabama plays at 85 miles.
no, I agree 100%. There's no doubt.
I mean, you're talking about a Corvette versus a Cadillac on the fucking highway there.
Well, like
You know?
like I told you earlier before, the slight edge to Georgia here is that they got to play Alabama, so they've seen the
they've seen it,
speed.
sure.
Now they know what to expect, so
Sure.
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so it's 7 straight games they've beat them in, but the last time they won was 2007 was that game. So they lost in 2008, 2012, 2015, twice in 2018, including the championship game.
And they had them beat.
Yeah,
Georgia, that was a game they should have won.
and then they lost in the SEC championship game
Two were tongue over to
Full
who?
game.
to Devontae Smith, right?
Devontae Smith.
Yeah,
Was
they
it
were talking about
Devontae
it.
Smith?
Yeah,
really?
Devontae Smith.
He had some weapons on that
who
team.
didn't play all year.
Okay, was he a freshman in that game, Devontae Smith?
Yes.
And Tua was
yes.
a freshman also,
Yes,
right?
yes,
or a
yes.
sophomore.
Yes.
The thing that's interesting about these games is Nick Saban is the master. You cannot deny that.
Yeah.
That game there, Jalen Hurts was their guy all
Yeah.
year, and he didn't see something he did not like in the first half.
Put in
It
Tua.
Yeah,
It takes
put
a
in
lot
Tua.
of balls to do that.
Fucking right.
Move him out.
That's
of there.
wild, yeah.
Fucking
That's
right
really
it does.
But that's why I couldn't take Georgia just because Nick Saban, I think it was like 9 out of 11 years he's made it to the championship game. Like that's insane. 9 out of the last 11 years to make it to the championship
When was
game.
the last
That's
time
crazy.
Alabama lost in this to Clemson? Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was the Deshaun Watson to Hunter Renfro throw
yeah,
right
yeah.
at the last second. That was a really good game
Yeah,
too. But
yeah,
then
yeah.
that might have been like, wait, maybe Trevor Lawrence beat them. Was it Trevor Lawrence beat Alabama in the final, or did they beat a different team?
I'm not sure.
I know Trevor Lawrence definitely won a championship, and it might have been against Alabama, but
I
it's
think,
been
I think it was against Ohio State that they went out. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be right.
Look it up. We can look it up. So, yeah.
You're rolling with Bama. Riley's rolling with Bama.
I'm rolling with Bama.
Birdie, can I give you a fast fact here?
You can give me any
The
fast
fact that my
fact.
brother made the team. He's injured and out. Okay, my nephew I'm talking about, right? But 85% of the world's herons live within 100 miles of that campus.
Tuscaloosa.
I tell you that. Pell City, baby. That's where we're from. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Maybe I learned my lesson betting against them, so I'm very hesitant about what I'm going to do with this game tonight. Very undecided.
Birdie, me and Riley I'm rolling with Alabama. Just come with us.
Hey,
Rock with
Mattress
us.
Mac is rolling almost $5 million deep on Alabama.
Who is this Mattress Mac guy? Can I see a picture of him up there?
Yeah, I'll pull him up.
You don't know who Mattress Mac is? This is the guy from Houston, the big mattress bedding sales guy who originally came to light when the Astros were making a run
put him on the screen right now.
And started throwing some
everyone's
huge
gonna be able to see
amounts
him.
of money on.
I want to see it, but let me like get a
So basically, he's a huge bettor, and he put a lot of money on the Astros to win the World Series. And then it didn't hit, obviously, thank God, because I hate the Astros. But that's not part of the reason.
3 or 4
but before
years
that,
ago.
he bet a huge amount of money on the Bucs Super Bowl that hit, and then he also bet a huge amount on Kentucky Derby. And right now, he has 3 different tickets with 3 different sports books, over $1 million each on Alabama money line. So his winnings will be over $5 million if Alabama wins tonight.
Now, will they let a guy like that do a wire transfer, or does he have to go make that bet in person?
He had to go to Colorado to place one of these bets.
Yeah.
It might be exactly what you just said, so I don't know. I'm not sure, Mike. But.
Yeah, but so he's rolling big, and there's this other dude, Rocco. He has a really big parlay happening right now, and he needs Georgia -2.5 to win $1.2 million off of his parlay right now.
Well, that's what you call hedge right there.
Yeah, so but I think his parlay was like 10 legs or something like that for like $1,000. So
this is the last game on?
Yeah, this is the last game. You gotta hedge it. Yeah.
Take every penny.
But how much money do you have?
What would you hedge it, Birdie?
Well, how much is he going to make on this?
1.2 if it hits.
I'd take every dime I could get, and then I'd be hedging.
Yeah, but
on
how much? Like, would you put up? Would you hedge $500,000?
Yeah, if I could get that much, yeah, because this way you're guaranteed $500,000, and $500,000 is better.
But then it takes the gambling out of it.
Mike, $500,000's better than the other.
Oh, I get it.
How about cashing out? Because it's a parlay. You can cash out for part of the profits.
The casino will offer you a cash out, but I don't know what it's not going to be $500,000. The profit it's going to be less than that. I would think. So I don't know.
I would go like 70-30.
Yeah.
70-30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because don't you want the high? Like if you what'd you say? 10 legs of a parlay.
Yeah, pretty much.
You survived them all.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to kiss your sister at the finish line, or do you want to kiss Pam Anderson?
$500,000's a lot of cake.
Or Halle Berry.
A lot of cake to be betting a lot more to play with when you get $500,000.
I don't know. Hey.
That's why they call it gambling.
Can we gamble on the Olympics? Because it's in China. We'll find a way if we can.
Yes, definitely.
If they're offering table tennis at some of these
I don't even know how table tennis rules work. Like, me and my cousins, we play it so different than we play it at the boys' club. Like, I guess you're supposed to hold it flat in your hand, throw it up 3 inches, and then hit it. I guess, I don't know, but
maybe that's the rule. But
I love table tennis. It's one of my favorite games to play.
Be a nasty ping pong player.
I'm actually pretty good too.
I'm sure you are.
If you're betting on that,
no chance.
We might have a problem.
No chance, because I don't even know how the rules
work. Who was
work.
betting table tennis? Did you see some guy?
There were guys at the casino that were betting Korean baseball at 5. No, seriously, at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And coming on. This was during the pandemic when everything was shut down.
Yeah. So pandemic story on ESPN when there was nothing going on, they had rock throwing on ESPN. People were throwing rocks and seeing who can skip it the most. That was on ESPN.
That's crazy.
During the pandemic, it's crazy.
That's crazy. The National Football Leagues. Dun, 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 dun. Somewhere Pete Rozelle. Somewhere Steve Sable. John Madden, the founder fathers, are smiling down to the NFL because
we know Roger Goodell's smiling.
We were very critical of the 17-week thing, but what a gift it gave us with some unbelievable football games, man. Wow. Let's talk about some of the games. The Dolphins and the Patriots, right? Patriots shoot themselves in the foot, commit some turnovers, and once again, the curse of Miami.
It's real.
Bites
3 times.
Belichick in the ass. Now, what I don't understand, this is a Dolphin team that beat the Patriots twice this year, right?
Yep.
What is the logic and mindset for them firing that coach?
I think I know. But I still don't think it makes sense. But I think they weren't on the same page because I think he really liked Tua, but I think they really wanted Watson. Because there was always talks about Watson was going to be coming there, and the general manager had a deal for Watson. But Flores was always the one saying, Tua's our quarterback. Tua's our guy. So I think Flores was the one that really liked Tua, but they were the ones that wanted Watson. And I think long term, they think Tua is going to win them more, and maybe they think that with Tua and some other head coach, they can win with more than Watson. I mean, with Watson, they could win with a different head coach than with Tua and Flores. Yeah. But you don't let a guy like that go. I mean, two winning seasons in a row for the first time since the early 2000s. Like that's turning around a franchise. There were 2 10-win seasons in a row, and 1 game each off of making the playoffs. Where last year they should have made it, but it was by the skin of their teeth they didn't. Yeah. Same thing with this year. They beat the Patriots twice. Like they're one game. What was the Patriots record? 11 and something. 1 game off the Patriots. Like
10-7.
Crazy.
Yeah, and this is a young black coach, and the NFL knows because what's the rule that they have now?
The Rooney rule.
The Rooney rule, right?
Rooney rule.
Now you're already behind the 8 ball with that. Now you're gonna fire a young black promising football coach, man.
Well,
without cause, without you never read anything about the guy. The paper, he's not an Urban Meyer, act like an asshole.
No issues.
No issues. You get your team's behaving in a crazy ass fucking city.
Well,
you know what I mean. I mean, you can come within a couple of inches of going to the fucking playoffs, and you're gonna fire the captain of that ship. I mean, let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask the Miami Dolphins owner a question right now. How much better shape is your team in fucking today than when that young man Flores took that game, took your team over?
They're not.
What?
They're not. But
they're in better shape.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
They are in better shape.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is unless this Ross has his targets on somebody that he wants to bring in for a while, like a Harbaugh or somebody else.
Everybody gets sexy. Everybody falls in love with your boy Maya or falls in love with this one. But this guy has done it. Anytime you change the variable. We talked about the laws of inertia, right?
Object in motion stays in motion.
Are they in a positive motion right now? So why change the variable?
Well,
let him go. Give him another year.
Yes. No, I agree. I think
definitely
it was
earned
a
another
bad
year.
firing. What you want to watch for, though, is like you said with the Rooney Rule. Okay, you want to get rid of this guy. That's fine. That's your prerogative. Yeah. This guy should land somewhere. You got 5 or 6 vacancies now. Yeah. So if this guy doesn't land somewhere, then that's where the problem is. Hey, this guy.
I'm calling him up right away. Calling him up right away. Be like, hey, what's up? If I'm in Denver, but the thing is, we already called 3 people. So. Gerard Mayo, the linebacker coach for the Patriots, Denver's called him asking for an interview, head coach. Dan Quinn, which I do not want at all. If we get him, I will not watch a single game next year because he's a choke artist, and I do not want him. The other one was...
He's done a nice job with that Cowboys defense.
He has, as a coordinator, but as a coach, look at how many games they choked. Not even just a 28-3, which is the huge one in the Super Bowl. Even after that season, they were choking games like crazy. And then the other one was, there's 2 more, the defensive coordinator for the Cowboys, the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, the young guy, and then the offensive coordinator for the Packers. So those are the ones that are on the market. But I definitely want Flores. I think every team that doesn't have a coach or coach is kind of on the hot seat, they should be looking at Flores. I mean, he did an amazing job with that Dolphins team.
But if I was him, I'd take the right job because he deserves the right job. I wouldn't just take just any job. I'd take the right one. And what
do you think would be the right job for him? That's open right now, could be open.
Maybe Minnesota.
That's a good one, but what are they? So the other thing that I would think about...
Chicago, that's a high profile place.
The only thing about Minnesota is their quarterback questioning is that his cousin's going to be there long term, and because I think it's his last year on the contract. So where would they go? Re-sign him? If he doesn't like him, they don't have a super high draft pick where they can't just go and take another quarterback. Plus, this year is not a great quarterback draft. For this season, so it is like where would you want to go for him? Not the Giants, that's for sure. I mean, they're a mess.
The Giants haven't fired Judge yet, but
they fired the GM.
Well, no, he retired. He was probably going to get fired, but I guess he took the easy option and he retired anyway. So,
who else? There was one more that we're missing.
Denver, Minnesota, Chicago, Jacksonville.
Yeah, but that was a couple weeks ago. And then
Jacksonville's a rebuild, so if I'm Flores, I don't want to go there.
He did decent with the Dolphins rebuild though. People forget the first year he got there, they were supposed to win like 1 or 2 games. They won like 5 or 6. They actually did really good. And then the year after that, they won 10, and then they won 10 again this year. So to turn a team around from nothing into 2 10 wins in a row. That's very, very, very impressive to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the other one was. We're missing one more, but
I think it was the Bears. We said that one, and he should have been gone last season. He made no sense.
1 year too long.
way too long. That's not a bad team to go into, but they're getting kind of older. They're going to lose their star receiver. Some of the defensive players are like Khalil Mack. He had a season-long injury. His contract's coming up. Like it's not a crazy scenario. I think. I don't know.
Well, the Giants keeping this guy Judge is a huge mistake because I don't see it. This guy's having press conferences where he's just talking completely off the wall about what's going on, the way the team's playing and the way they're playing hard, and they just look like. And you've stated this earlier. They look like the worst team in football. So
yeah, I definitely thought they were.
For them to bring him back for another year, good luck.
Did you think Zimmerman was kind of crazy that they fired him? Because he was there for a long time.
Yeah.
Brought them to an NFC Championship game.
He's not getting over the hump.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. Like he kept getting there and just couldn't do it.
Yeah, they had enough talent. You got to get in the playoffs. I mean, it's Deion Sanders swears by him. He loves him. But like I've always said in the past, there are a ton of guys who are great at being coordinators, defensive, offensive, but as a head coach, it's a whole different
Birdie,
ballgame.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, bro. You know that.
That is it.
It's a lot easier being a number 2 man than it is being a number 1. Trust me.
But they all get recycled. Usually, most of these guys, you'll see them back as coordinators.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn's a perfect example.
And then when they're done being recycled, their kids start getting recycled.
But Shanahan actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
He's actually been really
Well,
good.
I want to talk about him.
Okay.
If I'm the owner, I'm a big fan of Shanahan's, right? If I'm the owner of the Los Angeles Rams, I'm going to tell that fool fucking boy child to stop running down the fucking sidelines and high-fiving his fucking team in the end zone.
That's college. That's a college coach.
College coaches don't do that.
Well, some of them do,
Yeah.
but I mean...
17-0. This guy is dancing in the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Did you see him, Birdie?
Yes, I did.
I said, what? That this fucking idiot's doing this again. He didn't learn his lesson.
No, running down
I
the
didn't
tunnel
understand it, but
last
this
time.
is the first time under Sean McVay they were 46-0, leading at halftime.
That is
now they're
correct.
46-1.
I had that
It's the
stat.
first time
That
ever
is
that they
correct.
lost when they were
That
leading
is
at halftime,
correct.
which to me is very impressive still. But he shouldn't. I don't understand the dancing in the end zone. Like that's just weird to me. Running down the end zone.
My coach, Coach Karam, okay, basketball, legendary coach, won 700 fucking games, more state titles than any coach ever, would be like, hey, listen, we got a lot of fucking ball game left. Let's cut the fucking celebration out. We haven't won shit yet, right? What did they won in the first half? And this guy's like fucking like trying out for the Dallas Cowboy fucking cheerleaders.
No, you got to
get the fuck out.
Maybe he had Rams money line halftime.
Yeah, maybe he has something.
Rams
You gotta be like Mike Tomlin. You gotta dance after the game when you had a big.
Yeah.
Did you see the
I
tape
saw that.
of him dancing with his players?
Yep,
Really?
I saw that in the
Mike
locker room.
Tomlin,
I didn't see it.
In the
You know what I
locker
don't?
room,
You know what I don't understand? AB got in trouble for doing a live video in the locker room, while Claypool's over here doing a live video in the locker room, and Mike Tomlin's loving it too. So that I didn't understand because this guy could do it, but the other one couldn't. But
different circumstances.
McVay, he's weird with that when he runs down the sidelines and he gets super loud.
He's got to tone it down. Yeah, he's got to tone it down a little bit.
Act like you've been there before, Joe Paterno, right? Hey, we want you to have fun, cuz. Hey, cuz, you want to dance beer ass at the 50-yard line after you win the game? Go right ahead. Hey, go do your thing. Crip walk, do the Saturday Night Live shuffle, whatever the fuck you want to do. In the middle of a game, slow your roll. Rams and 49ers, we talked about that. The 49ers.
What a game.
The physicality of the 49ers really showed through.
I'll tell you what, somebody that showed me something yesterday and's taken a lot of heat this year was Jimmy G. Jimmy G came up big in that game in the second half with everything the whole season on the line.
You're loving Jimmy G today, huh, yo?
I was never a Jimmy G detractor.
You won your money, though, right? Did
I
you
am
take the
loving
49ers?
No, that was Riley. But
I don't know if I can trust him though.
Came up big yesterday.
He did, but like you like how do you know who you're gonna get? You could get the Jimmy G
that was
yesterday,
that was a
or
big
you could get the
spot.
Jimmy G
I
you saw in the Super
understand
Bowl
Same thing
where
with
they
Dak,
missed it.
Same thing with Dak Prescott.
So-
same thing with Matt Stafford. You're right.
You
You're right.
silenced the critics for 1 week is what
yeah,
you did.
yeah.
If he goes in and beats the Cowboys, I'll be on it. Jimmy G, that guy, maybe Trey Lance sits for a little
Okay.
bit, but I still think that they'll be done with him.
Let
after
me
the season.
ask you this: who would you want to be this week, Jimmy G or Carson Wentz?
Jimmy G. Come on. So listen to this. Carson Wentz's QBR for last week was 8.8. QBR is out of 100, right? The average QBR is 50. His was 8.8, and the average is 50.
Yeah.
That goes to show how terrible he played last week.
That's why the collective teammates in Philadelphia went to fucking that coach and said, "We
Get him
want
outta
Nick
here."
Foles." We
Foles
want Foles to stop.
You know what's crazy to me? If he didn't get that crazy injury and whatever he did, I think it was tears ACL or something like that, he would have been MVP of the league. And now he's doing nothing. Like, people forget how good they were that season. Like, that season he was 12-1 when he tore his ACL or whatever it was.
That's correct.
And he was number one in like all the stats.
Sure.
And then he tears ACL and they still win the Super Bowl. But like, that's going to cost the Eagles a first-round pick.
That's
it's going to cost the Eagles. It cost the Colts a first-round pick. The Eagles traded him away, and now the Eagles are in the playoffs, and the Colts are not.
And when you see the inconsistency in all these quarterbacks, you have to appreciate Tom Brady.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers,
Sure.
Patrick Mahomes,
Big Ben,
even though he's playing,
with limited
capacity.
Well, you can't really. He is. He's not playing his best football. All right, but he doesn't have Juju Smith,
and his offensive line is a disaster.
He doesn't have him.
No, hey, I'll tell you, Big Ben, for what they've achieved this year, they come out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming. That's for sure.
Russell Wilson goes out with a bang with the Cardinals if he's going to leave again, right? Let Russ cook.
That was a wild game to me. Like, the Cardinals need to win the division. If they did win, they would have won the division because the 49ers did their job, and they still couldn't win. Like, that's why I cannot trust the Cardinals at all. I won't even touch them, nothing, no matter what.
Yeah.
You
don't know what you're going to get.
Exactly, same thing. They lose to the Lions. They lose to the Seahawks in a must-win game against the Seahawks. Like, I just don't understand with that team. That team doesn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't be shocked if they beat the Rams. I would not be shocked. But I think that's as far as they get is the next win. I think they probably lose one game, win one game max, probably even lose to the Rams, I think, this week. Especially.
So if we look at these games this week, who's going to be under the biggest pressure this week?
We're going to get into that in a little bit.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Ravens.
What a game that was if you guys watched it.
You're the man, Mikey. You called the Steelers. You rode them all the way. I got to give you credit. You rode them all the way.
I did not.
I counted them out.
Me too. I did too. I was huge. I remember I said I think they're going to win 5 games.
Every year in sports, doesn't sports give you a nice
story?
A story, right?
Yeah.
Every Olympics, a story comes out of it, right?
Somebody who come out of nowhere.
Every year, you have a story, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most historic franchises. Right?
Oh, no question.
The team has sound character, sound coaching, right?
Defensively, studs all over every,
Their fan base arguably is 1 or 2 in the thing behind
top 2
Cowboys.
or 3, yeah, top 2 or 3 in the league.
And,
top 3.
I think that jersey means a lot.
Yeah.
It always has.
That jersey means a lot. When you put that jersey on, you are walking among giants.
Oh,
you're walking with Teddy Bradshaw and Mike Webster.
Absolutely.
And Mean Joe Green.
Big Ben. Big Ben, honestly, he's been one of the best players in history.
And who's the guy I love? The wide receiver that they had was a mean prick from Georgia.
Around what year?
I know who you're talking. I can see his face.
Around what year?
Around
Hines Ward?
Hines Ward.
Yeah. Serious ball player.
I think he won the MVP in the Super Bowl, the first one against the Seahawks.
Kevin Green.
I think he won that one.
James Harrison. Bill Cowher. I mean, you're talking about
Troy Polamalu.
Yeah. The Steelers historically, defensively, were just monster teams over the years. And
and let me tell you something. What has he got facing him?
He's got
the appointed next one.
David versus Goliath.
The appointed, and he couldn't be any better.
Oof.
It could not be any better. That's how we're going to take it. What are the odds for Pittsburgh? Because I'm going to put fucking money on him right now.
Money line?
No, to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's a good one.
Super Bowl?
I'll tell you right now.
The Super Bowl.
That's a good one. Because
I wouldn't put too much, but
yeah, I wouldn't either. But I'm going to guess. Let's all take a guess.
I'm going to say probably about
plus 2,500.
No, I'm going to say about 30 to 40 to 1.
I'm gonna say 25 to 1.
Yeah.
25. I'm going to say more than that.
I don't know.
I'm going to say 50
It might be
to 1.
more. It might be more. You can look it up, but hey, you know what? Hats off to the Steelers, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're a Steeler fan, watching that game last night between the Raiders and the Chargers, that took years off your life last night.
Oh my God! They are the team to
the highest odds.
Highest odds.
Yeah. 75 to 1.
60 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going.
60 to 1. 60 to 1. So
20
you guys
bucks
don't want to put $20 a piece?
No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely. I wouldn't even put $2. $2 will get you 120.
Let's just.
Absolutely not.
Okay, you got Mahomes. If by some miracle you get past Mahomes, Then you're looking at
The Titans.
The Titans, maybe with Derrick Henry back.
But that's a tough game
Then
in
if
Tennessee.
somehow you do that, and then you got to go on the road for all 3 games, then you'd be looking at.
If they play Tennessee in Tennessee, I'm going to tell you something right now. There'll be more Steelers fans.
Well, I'll
there.
tell you what, they'd have a better chance of beating Tennessee than
They
they
will.
would Mahomes.
They will.
I
They will.
believe if they can get past Mahomes.
And then if you get past that,
They don't match up well with the Chiefs. They match up better with Tennessee than they do the
and
Chiefs.
then you got to play. But the Chiefs are slipping on defense now.
They
are,
have in the last couple of weeks.
The thing that I do like,
And then, so you climb them on again too, and then you got Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers waiting for you.
yeah, there's no
Oh,
chance, no
I
chance.
think you're-
All right.
But listen, to put $2 to win 120, like I wouldn't go there and throw $50, $100.
No, you throw like $5-10.
Yeah, it's nothing. But that's just it's crazy to me. It's 60 to 1. But I understand why, because there's so much that they have to overcome. And I really do believe them and the Eagles are the 2 worst teams in the playoffs. I do think so. But there is always a chance. Like the Ravens team that won the Super Bowl in 2012, they were the lowest seed.
Let me take
They were the
another
lowest seed.
underdog from Raleigh that you don't know of.
Which one? Let's hear it.
Living life is fun, and we just begun to get our share of this world we like. We are family.
Pirates.
You got it, baby. You got it. Down 3-1. They started
yeah, that was a
rocking.
big
We are
comeback.
family. And it took a B-side record. Your father would know this.
That was
The hit that
1979.
the hit that the record company would push would be the A-side.
Sister Sledge,
The
maybe?
B-side, yes, the B-side would be the flip. It was a B-side thing. The Pirates inherited it, right?
That was
and
the
it took a
the
B-side
mantra.
record to the top 10 song in the country.
That's crazy.
That's it. We are family.
We are family.
Never in 100 million years will there be another song that it was on Jeopardy the other day.
You don't even hear music like that anymore. So I
it
mean,
was on Jeopardy the other day. Watching it.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
yeah, that was
But
quite a ride.
it's gonna be a rough ride for Ben, but it's the best way to go out. Same thing with the Giants in 2012 when they beat the Patriots.
Sure.
They were one of the worst seeds. They had to play a number 1 seed. Aaron Rodgers was 15-1. They beat him, overcame everything, beat the Patriots in the champion
So
Super
you
Bowl.
want to talk about long
It's possible.
shots. You want to talk about long shots and numbers. You just mentioned that the Rams, when leading at halftime in the McVay area, were 45-0 going into that game and lost. Flip that over. The 49ers, when trailing by 17 points in the last 40 games, was 0-40.
Wow.
So
How is that possible?
It's insanity. It isn't. So it's not impossible that something can happen like that.
And just when you think we've had enough, you had the best fucking game of the night.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
8 o'clock,
Oh,
Raiders
my
and the
God.
Chargers. The Oakland, and
Oakland
fuck it. They're
Los
always going to be
Raiders.
Oakland to me. And the memory
They're always
of
gonna be
John
trash to me.
Madden.
Trash to me.
John
I agree.
Madden. The Oakland Raiders.
Trash to me.
Wake up, Kenny Stabler. Wake up, Otis Sistrunk.
They got so lucky.
Wake up the
Jim Plunkett.
Hey, wake up the Stork, Birdie.
Wake up Lester
the Stork.
Hayes.
Wake up Lester Hayes.
Because you guys ain't winning
Al
one playoff
Davis.
game. They're not winning one
Brockton,
playoff game.
Massachusetts.
Al Davis.
All this to get smashed by the Bengals on Saturday.
Let me get a quick timeout, though. Okay, I know you don't like the Raiders, but your
I did like
betting,
them. I did
your
like-
money was where
I
yesterday?
did like them. I did like them a little bit on Saturday, but I still don't think that, like, to me, I said it before. If you ain't first, you're last, and I just don't think they're gonna win much.
Isn't this another team that's been through a lot of bullshit
is.
that
It
has a
is.
little
I
toughness?
tell you what,
It is.
if I'm voting coach of the year, that guy Biscotti or whatever his name is, he's getting my vote because
Bro,
the
you can't-
adversity that they went through to get to where they did.
You
that's
can't vote for a guy
unbelievable.
who's coached for
I
4
am.
games.
I don't
Listen.
care.
Not
I
4
don't
games.
care.
It was like
Why not?
5-6
It was like
games.
half the season. No.
Okay, so you're gonna vote him over Zach Taylor,
I'm
the
voting
one for the
everybody for the
the one over the
adversity.
Bengals. The
I
Bengals
don't
go 10
care,
wins.
Riley.
You're gonna go for Belichick, who took a Patriots team that
fine.
was.
No, get the
Listen,
fuck out
listen.
of here.
The Belichick was 1-2, and he took them all the way to
That's
1
3
game
games
away
into
from
the
winning the
season.
AFC. Okay, but if I came into the season saying the Patriots had the best odds to
fine.
win the Super Bowl halfway through the season, they were the number 1 seed, and they could have finished as the number.
fine.
They could have finished as the number 1 seed going into
Okay.
Week 18. So I think Belichick should be up there ahead of him. I also think the one from the Cardinals should be up there because they had a ridiculously good season, even though they've had some up and downs.
Kingsbury.
correct.
Yep,
Love him.
and
That's correct.
Matt LaFleur from the Packers should be up there.
This guy is a special teams coach thrown into the fire. You're a special teams coach.
In a dysfunctional franchise. At least the Patriots have a winning culture.
You lose
I'm
your
buying the Bengals.
You lose your stud wide receiver.
But I don't think you sleep on that guy.
But the thing is, he doesn't have enough. I get it. He looked great and he had some good wins, but it's not enough. Zach Taylor did the whole year. Took a Bengals team
did not
nine.
Face the
What was it?
with no winning culture.
With last 7 years, he won a division title. Even Belichick last year, there was 7-9, the first time in a losing record. To turn that team around completely and almost win number one pick.
Spent $250 million to turn that team around.
But still, to turn that team around like this and to almost win a division.
I'll give him Zach Taylor too.
Belichick, absolutely not. Now with $250 million.
I definitely think he should be up there.
Belichick, if he would have won the division.
LaFleur to me should definitely be up there. This is the only time.
Aaron Rodgers.
Listen, so you're telling me that the New England Patriots, if they're going to have the Riley Arruda, and the Raiders and the Patriots want him, you don't think there's a bigger shit show going on in Las Vegas?
It was the biggest shit show all year.
Yes, but there's also talks of them getting another head coach as soon as his year's done. That's why I wouldn't vote for him, because he's so good. They want to replace him already.
That's even more of a reason to vote for him.
Yeah, but they want to replace. They want to replace him already.
You got this whole thing thrown at you in the middle of the season. Now all of a sudden, you got to answer for Gruden. You got to answer for Ruggs. You got to answer for
receivers driving 150 miles,
absolutely. Every week or every other week, there was an issue, and they just kept moving forward. To keep that team together, I mean, my hat's off to this guy.
Absolutely.
So how about this one? Ready?
I'm not discounting Zach Taylor at all. You're 100% right.
I would, in hindsight, with the lack of winning culture, what he did in Cincinnati, because they're picked.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
There's no doubt about it.
How about this one? This is the first time in NFL history a team has won, I think, 13 games back-to-back seasons in the Packers. The Packers are the first team to ever do that.
Yeah, that's
back-to-back
nice,
seasons.
But you've got the greatest top
and
greatest quarterback.
It's not
you
going
also
to mean shit
you had an
unless
extra,
he gets the title.
You had an extra week.
The MVP, the Offensive Rookie of the Year, all those awards are based on the regular season.
I got you.
I mean,
Aaron Rodgers is the MVP.
No, but I'm just saying. We're going off the body of the work of the regular season. Like if LaFleur goes in and loses first game 97-0, it shouldn't take away from Coach of the Year, because it goes into.
The voting's done.
That's what I'm saying. The voting's done. That it only works in the regular season, so that's why I'm saying LaFleur should be up there. I'm not saying he should win it.
All right, we gotta switch up to 7 questions. Okay, again, pick the number.
We always roll the dice. Number 7 on the first roll.
How important is it to Pat Mahomes that he gets to a Super Bowl this year?
Well, looking at the what he's facing,
he's chasing Brady. He's chasing Rodgers. He's chasing Manning. How many opportunities will he have? Okay.
He's got the easier path than the AFC than the NFC does. So, I mean, it's...
Is it important or is it not that big a deal?
No, it is important because you're the gunslinger. You're the new sheriff in the AFC. You're the new Peyton Manning, and you got the weapons. Unless these guys are injured,
he's got the weapons.
You got Kelsey, so there's no excuse.
You got a $500 million contract.
Yeah, that's correct.
I'll throw you a little excuse, and I don't want to make excuses for Mahomes.
Go.
But this is if they play the Titans somehow in the playoffs, that'll be the first game in his career that is an away game in the playoffs. Ever. That is mind-blowing.
That blows my mind.
For 3 years.
Where'd you get that stat from?
It's very good.
Yeah, because
I didn't know that.
His rookie year, they were number 1 seed, and they played the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, and the Patriots beat them in Arrowhead. Second year, they won the Super Bowl. He was number 1 seed. Last year, the number 1 seed, they lost in the Super Bowl. So this will be his first ever away game if the Titans make it to the AFC Championship game.
If you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. How many road wins has Tom Brady had in his career? How many road wins has Aaron Rodgers has got a few under his belt? So that's a good way to.
But I don't think to get to the Super Bowl is that important for him this year because he's so young. He's so young. He's 25. He's got so much time. His contract does. I get that.
Yeah, now he's got all the tools.
I agree, but I'm just saying he's so young. It's not like we're talking about a Russell Wilson at like 34.
I get you, but
his contract is going to hurt that team, and I can't wait.
But is it going to? But can he do what Brady did and see guys come and go,
no, I don't
but
think so.
Still win?
I really don't think so. I don't think he's the type of player like Brady where he can do as much with less. I mean, I just think watching that Broncos game, the game was so close, and that Broncos team, there were so many weapons in the secondary, and they didn't even have Tyreek Hill, and the game was close for the whole game. Like, if he's losing his best guy and he can't keep up with him, like I've seen Brady do it with like a dude I've never even heard of, a guy coming off of Fall River Streets, and a dude from Walmart take him to the Super Bowl and win. Like
Brady do it again.
Exactly. He's gonna do it again with his Bucs team. So I don't know if he can do it without his weapons.
One thing about Mahomes, though, right, that people do not talk about enough, he is a great athlete. A great athlete,
great feet.
Yeah,
absolutely. His movement in the pocket. People don't realize just the subtle moves to avoid the rush and to know which lane to take, where the rush is coming from. No, he's a master at it.
Okay. Next question.
Riley.
Number 2.
First round upset. Who's it gonna be?
Let me take a quick look at this.
I got it already. Easy. 49ers over the Cowboys for me. I'm sorry, Cowboys Nation, but if I had to pick one, it has to be them. I watch it. Watching them, they look so good. Deebo Samuel is an absolute weapon. He is a weapon, man. This guy can play running back just as good as any running back. Runs routes so well, catching the ball down the feet. What a guy!
Angry. Wow.
What a guy!
Wow. He looks like he was created like in a lab,
right?
An animated like Iron Man.
Let's put a piece of Ezekiel. Let's put a piece of Devontae Adams. Let's put a piece of Cooper Kupp. But not even just that. That defense, that defensive line was terrorizing them the whole game. I mean, that defense was so good.
Let's not forget Kittle. This guy could go off at any point. So he's a monster tight end.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you got, Birdie?
Yeah, I agree 100%. San Francisco would be my choice of looking at these games.
No other ones, you don't think?
If I'm going to give you a second one, it would be...
No,
just one?
What's yours then?
One.
The Pittsburgh Steelers!
I knew it.
Fuck you! We are family! Oh, no! Big Ben's last ride, baby! It's the last magical combo ride! The Steel City! They fucking drink that nasty-ass Yingling beer! Their fucking girls, their wives are 300 pounds and eat sausage all day! They live and breathe football! I'm going with the Steelers!
Okay, I'd go back to that Yingling. Yingling's not that bad. Mikey, the bad beer is the Iron City. That's the one you need.
Yingling's like the yuppie-ass beer.
The Yingling ain't that bad.
Yeah, the Iron City beer
sucks. You ever tried
Birdie, if the Steelers win, we're never going to get
when I drag it?
No, I don't mind the Steelers at all.
I want the Steelers to win.
We were all partying one night, right?
Yeah.
The only beer left.
Iron City.
My brother had my friend he's a huge Steelers fan, had Iron City beers that were like trophies. We had to put them on the ice and we fucking drank them. Probably 5 years old.
You're a brave man drinking that stuff.
Yeah, well, at 4 o'clock in the morning, you'll drink anything.
Number 1.
Which underdogs will make the most noise through the playoffs?
Like go the furthest?
Yeah, the noise. Like who's...
So you're saying of all the teams that aren't ranked
the underdog could be Tampa Bay.
That's what I'm saying. Boy, I'll tell you, I was going to say the Rams, but after what I'm seeing, it's the way Stafford's playing. I do not like what I'm seeing with him. He does not look like he's ready to. I'm gonna say a team that could be real dangerous here right now, and that's really hot. That nobody defense wants to see right now is the Bengals.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
I do not want to see them if I'm a defensive coordinator.
I was going to say that too. They have way too many weapons.
They are a matchup for any defense right now in the league. They are a matchup nightmare.
You got 3 stud receivers. You got Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins. You got Jamar Chase. You got Joe Burrow throwing the ball, and then you have Joe Mixon running right there.
Have you been there before with his 500 TV cameras?
No.
Have you been there before?
Well, Joe Burrow has at the college stage, but this ain't college. I understand.
That's a good qualifier.
And so is Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase was his teammate. They won the national championship together. But also, the Raiders have none of these Raiders players, besides maybe like 4, have been there before watching that playoff game. So both teams don't have playoff culture. Both teams haven't made. The last time Raiders made the playoffs was like 2016, and Derek Carr wasn't even the quarterback because he broke his ankle.
The culture has to start somewhere.
You took the words
same thing for the Bengals. I'm going to go with either the Bengals or the 49ers. I think the 49ers, you don't want to play them.
You want my answer? You ready for my answer?
Oh, I wonder.
The Pittsburgh Steelers! Fucking break out the Steel City beer, baby.
Well, if the Steelers are going to win, they better be able to run the ball and control the clock. That's going to be the recipe for them to beat the Chiefs.
All right. Question number 3. Can Aaron Rodgers get to another Super Bowl? And how important is it in his legacy That he does.
Of course he can, but will he?
Yeah.
Because he can, 100% he can. It's just, will he? And I don't know if he will. I think this is the perfect year, and I don't want to use injuries as an excuse.
It is.
But it's the perfect year. You got the number 1 seed, but we know how that went last year. But Brady, the team that to beat, have a lot of injuries right now. They're banged up.
If you don't beat fucking Tom Brady this year,
it's over. Yeah, it's over.
Aaron Rodgers will show up. Aaron Rodgers will score enough points to show up. Aaron Rodgers will not turn the ball over.
I agree on all this.
Whether or not Green Bay wins will not come down to Aaron Rodgers. It'll come down to will Green Bay's defense falter and lose the game, or will LaFleur make a bonehead analytical?
I completely agree.
We're talking about the decision last year was fucking.
Aaron Rodgers historically has not made picks or plays that lose playoff games.
Thank you.
It's either been the coach or the defense. But that doesn't mean
he
he
his
can't
best
happen.
game in that NFC.
No, he came back in the second
but
half.
He didn't play bad. He did not play bad. And honestly, I'm going to say this.
But we're talking about one of the all-time greats, so we can't use.
No, but you're right. No, I've answered this question before. He's got to get to the Super Bowl. No, I agree.
He's got to have.
I agree.
Listen to me.
There's no excuse.
Nobody,
you're right.
very few athletes in my lifetime blow my mind watching them on television. I'm like, this guy's like a fucking computer.
It is. It's
How does he
unbelievable.
make these fucking throws and passes? But when you look at the record, he plays for a winning culture. He plays for a great franchise, okay? But when you look at his talent,
it should be more.
There's got to be a little more there. That trophy case is a little unfull.
Little shy.
Dan Marino's is just as much as mine. Squeaky clean.
I hear you, but you know something? Aaron Rodgers is better than Dan Marino.
I know, but what I'm saying is that people all the time are always putting, before Brady came along and Manning, it was just Marino and Montana as the best. And he had none. Rodgers has one already. Yeah. So to put, that's already one. I know he should win more, and he definitely should. And if he doesn't do it this year, sure. But to have Marino up there and he has none, and people consider him one of the greatest of all time, and Manning has 2. One of them was not really his. The Broncos one was great, but he did great for that organization. But that last year was not a great year. He led the league in picks that year.
If you take Tom Brady away, how many Super Bowl titles does Ben Roethlisberger have? How many Super Bowl titles does Peyton Manning have?
Probably at least another 1 or 2. Peyton Manning, probably another 2. Probably Roethlisberger, I'd probably say between Roethlisberger and Manning, probably another 2 each, maybe.
I don't know, because the I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times they played.
Yeah,
no, they were.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying how many times did they play, and how many times did the Patriots knock them out? Because you got to figure that. Because you just give that win to the Colts if Brady's not there. You know what I mean? So you got to figure out how many times they played.
Phillip Rivers
the one I do remember.
I'm using the analogy because it's the Michael Jordan analogy.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah.
How many? Look at John Stockton and Carl Malone. Charles Barkley would have a ring.
Gary Payton.
You know what I mean?
But Rodgers isn't Brady. It was 1 year was Brady for the Rodgers thing. He never played Brady in the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? His thing was always something else, that Seahawks game. Yeah. If they would have won that game, that would have been the perfect game because we would have got our Brady and Rodgers in the Super Bowl, what everybody wanted to see, but that dude had to let it go through his head. But I know what you mean. If Brady wasn't there last year, it would have been a lot easier for them to get through, but the new guy came into town and showed him what's up. But he needs to get to the Super Bowl this year and needs to win it this year.
All right. As an Aaron Rodgers fan, you're in agreement with what we're saying?
Yes, they need to. Yes, they need to.
Which Cowboys team will stand up, will show up, brother? Which Cowboy team? Is it going to be the Cowboys or the Cowgirls?
Problem with the Cowboys is
their fucking head coach.
That's a big problem. They like to beat up on teams that they know. The Cowboys are kind of like the bully. They beat up on a lot of bad teams, and then when they have to go toe to toe with somebody that's right around there equally, they don't show up. So San Francisco's defense will show up here. They travel well. Jimmy G, hopefully, it'll be a follow up of what he did in the second half of the Rams game, but. I mean, the pressure's on the Cowboys. You're at home. Yeah. You're supposed to win this game. You've been beating up on all these teams. So anything short of a win here, it's a disaster for the Cowboys. Similar to what you said about Aaron Rodgers.
They need to win at least one playoff game to show that they can do it. And I don't know if they will. I really don't know if they will. It's going to be so hard.
They got the short end of this because they got the toughest draw.
Yeah, they did. The Eagles was the easiest one, and then who was the other?
Arizona.
Arizona. I would still want.
Rather play
they're a heavyweight organization with heavyweight talent and a lightweight coach. Yep. That's what it is with them. A lightweight coach.
But they could come out and throw like what's his name just did, throw 5 touchdowns against that Eagles team.
No, they could be anybody.
They could be anyone, but you don't know what's going to be there. I don't know. I don't understand how. I don't understand why.
That's why I asked the question, brother. Yeah, which Cowboys team is going to show up? Why? Coaching. Inconsistently, I relate to coaching.
Hey, what if they go out and get Flores? That'd be great for them to have somebody to hold them accountable. Be like, hey guys, we're not doing any bullshit. You guys are staying inside today. Let's do this and that. You're playing this way each time.
I don't know if Flores is a yes man, though. I don't know if he doesn't strike me as that kind of guy, though.
Flores got a fascinating story about we grew up in one of the worst places in this country, dude. I believe we grew up in the South Bronx, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, question number 5 is, if Tom Brady gets to another Super Bowl, with all of that, with the injuries and all he got to this year, is he the undisputed greatest athlete of all time?
He's almost the undisputed greatest winner of all time.
That's what I'm talking about. Winner.
Because the only guy that eclipses him, in my opinion, as we speak, is Bill Russell.
No, Birdie, you can't say that. There's only 6 and 8 teams, man.
I understand that, Mike, but 11 championships in 12 years, Mike? That's insane. Against Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah, because Red Auerbach was training guys who were pig farmers.
I understand that. But you're talking about against Wilt Chamberlain.
Hey, we fucking traded the circus for Bill Russell, Birdie.
I understand.
Come on, it's a different time.
11.
Let's keep it in context with Michael Jordan, right?
Okay.
That's not one stone. It's because you slammed the table.
Right? Now, do you think he's past Jordan already?
No, for me, because to be undefeated in a finals, that's mind blowing to me.
It's hard to make any comparison.
Jordan didn't make it to the finals for 8 years.
No, but he also sat 2 years out too.
He would. I believe he would have 8-peated if he didn't sat those 2 years out.
I think can't answer those questions.
Probably wouldn't. But
I'll give you that.
But to me, to go undefeated. Well, all right. So 2 things. The one thing that stands out for me in Brady is, I believe to win in football is a lot harder to win in basketball. To win a championship. That is one thing that I will give to Brady, and it's a lot harder. But the thing I don't like is the underdog teams that they lost to in the Super Bowl. That Eagles team, I don't think had any kind of scenario that should have beat them.
The fucking coach bench their number 1 tackler.
I get that. Also, the 17-0 thing, that leaves a little bit of an asterisk. You go undefeated. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's definitely that's the only thing against him. The thing I have against MJ is that he didn't really win or get to the finals until he got help with Scottie Pippen. Until he got help, like once he got Scottie, then they started making the finals.
Can we agree with this? When they both had less, Tom Brady did more.
Yes, that's what I was going to get at. I was 100% going to get at that. I was saying that Brady took teams like even the team like which one was it? The one that they went to the Rams against. I don't think that team was better than that Chiefs team in the AFC Championship game, but they still got there and won the Super Bowl. MJ never, and that's the same thing I do with MJ and LeBron. LeBron carries teams. MJ never really did that until he had Pippen, who was a top 50 player of all time. Rodman, one of the best defensive players of all time.
Couldn't get over.
Then they started. Yeah, exactly. Then they started to get there. But to be 6-0 in the finals against some of the teams that he did it against, that is super, super impressive.
And the 2 years he
exactly.
Out, yeah.
And to me, those two are the guys right there up there, and no one's even close.
Those guys are all grouped in the same.
Here is the variable that separates the two. Brady did it with another team.
Yes. Yeah,
that's the variable.
No argument. Yeah, I got no argument there.
To me, I don't know. That's so rough because the team that he went to, it was the best defense in the league. You have 2 young weapons.
It was a loaded team.
The only thing they were missing was a quarterback, and you give them the best quarterback in the league. Yeah. But that is huge because they did the same thing. They played most of their careers at the same team, and then at the tail end of their career, they went to a different team that nobody thought they were going to go to. Yeah. The difference was MJ didn't do anything while Brady went there and won a Super Bowl, number 2 seed.
And goes into New Orleans, beats the Saints.
Oh, that's what
goes
was
to
impressive.
Lambeau, beats Rodgers.
Yes.
Three road wins.
And then
but the teams that MJ's beat is really good. You can go on. In America, he might be, but worldwide, I don't know. I have some soccer names that
everybody's going to have a different opinion on that anyway.
Oh, okay. Last question. Confidence in the number 1 seeds, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that the Chiefs are going to get to the Super Bowl?
Tennessee's
going to get to the Super Bowl.
Out of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
To me, it's a 3.
Yeah.
I really don't think they have the... I love Vrabel as a coach. If he came to the Broncos, I'd be excited over the moon. You guys would see me jumping, but I don't think they have the team to make it to the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be shocked if they lose 1 game. I'm not predicting it. I wouldn't be shocked, but I just don't think they have that team. I don't think Tannehill is the guy to bring it to the Super Bowl, and I was a huge Tannehill fan, and I just think they have way too many injuries. Julio caught his first touchdown of the year last week.
Yeah.
His first touchdown of the year last week. This isn't Julio Jones of 5 years ago. Derrick Henry's coming off an injury. If he looks great, then they have a chance. But the last 2 years with Derrick Henry, they made it to the AFC Championship game. They lost last year. They were supposed to do really good. First round exit. So I say 3 out of 10 for me.
Coach Miller up there, thank you for listening, by the way, says, don't forget he won 3 times without Robin.
Yes, but but it took him until he got Scottie Pippen, he never even made it to the finals. Once he got Pippen, then he made it to the finals. And
they say that Phil Jackson was like a muse, right? And he would make, they had a signed reading. You know that, right? On the Bulls, he would give every player a book. And then they were done.
That. Really?
And the books that he gave Jordan was about the whole being more the whole being more than the sum of its parts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And have to trust. And everybody likes to talk about the shots that Jordan made, but the 2 biggest plays in both history was Paxson and Kerr.
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr,
Yeah, I mean, Paxson and Steve Kerr.
But like
that trust.
Like you said, Jackson at the end of his career, is Michael Jordan when he first comes into the league or at the beginning?
No,
he's not passing those balls.
That ball, no.
The shot against Elo, I mean,
and that's what got him in trouble against the Pistons. And that's what got him in trouble.
No, I agree. Yep.
So 1 to 10, Birdie, for the Titans.
The thing with the Titans is the defense is
you're liking the Titans, right?
I am, because of variable. See, like I told you earlier today, when I'm matching up teams and handicapping these playoffs, first matchup I'm going is head coach against head coach before I even look at the quarterbacks. And I like variable very much. This guy's a proven winner. I think this guy's a very underrated head coach. I just like what I'm seeing there. Obviously, you got to get Derrick Henry back if they're going to beat Kansas City and make the run that they're going to be on. And their defense is something that I think is underrated, is the key to that team that people might be overlooking. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give them about a confidence level about a 7.
To get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. All right. The one thing I do like, they did beat the Chiefs very good in the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But and you've said this many times, Mike, January, cold weather, on the ground defense. That's what wins games.
The game changes. That's one thing about football, man. It's not the same game in September that it is in January.
So Derrick Henry's going to be the key if he's going to be back.
And that's why they play Super Bowls indoors.
Yeah.
Okay. Confidence level in the Packers.
It's very high.
Yeah,
it's like about an 8.5.
I get like a 7 for
to
the
get
Packers.
to get to the Super Bowl, not to win. To me, is like it's like an 8.5 right there. Right. To get to it, to win is a lot lower, but not a lot lower. I'd say like a 5. But to get there, the road is thinning down when it was supposed to be.
That one obstacle is still there though, and it's not going to go away.
Mama, there goes that man. Hold your girl tight. Watch you wall it, because Tom Brady's taking everybody's shit.
See, the problem with Green Bay is when Tampa Bay's coming in with a team that's missing all the parts that they're missing now, and if you can't beat them this year, like I said, you might as well retire or go somewhere else. You're never going to beat him if you don't beat him this year.
So I've seen Brady do it with way less than he has right now, because Mike Evans has never had in his NFL career not a 1,000-yard season. Yeah. That is insane. He has 8 years in the NFL, 8 1,000-yard receiving careers. I have a lot of
confidence in Mike Evans.
I do. I mean, that guy's consistent.
You better find
won a Super Bowl
because he's going to have to start stepping up.
I don't follow the Bucs crazy, but there's this number, like, I forget his name, but it's like the black dude that caught the touchdowns against the Bills. He came off like the practice squad or whatever. He looked pretty decent, but Brady's done it before with them. He has Gronk still. Gronk can stay healthy.
The kid Grayson, the kid Vaughn, and then the other kid that caught the touchdown.
Where's Miller? Where was the kid Miller?
I don't know.
I don't know. idea what happened.
Somebody wake him up and get his ass in.
Maybe he just downgraded.
It's BadCatz Sports Pass. If you can do it better than we did for the last hour, God bless you. But you're a 10-1 underdog. Peace. We're out. We'll see you Thursday. Well, tomorrow night, Jimmy Hilario and that grill.
Jimmy Hilario.
And then Thursday with our picks. Peace.
Must watch TV.
Yep, but guess what? Guess what? Sporting is now in second because Sporting is in first. Peace.